Those clips you just watched came from the iPhone 13 Pro Max. But the difference is that I used an anamorphic lens. If you're a beginner in mobile filmmaking or even filmmaking in general, you don't need this. But if not, this anamorphic lens from Sandmarc is a nice tool to have if you want to further expand your creativity. The trend in film, at least here on YouTube, is getting that cinematic feel and look. There are ways to achieve this like cinematic color grading, storytelling, composition, sound. There are a lot of factors that play into a video that make it cinematic. One of them, and perhaps the easiest yet expensive way to achieve that, is by using an anamorphic lens. So Sandmarc sent this out for me to test. I will leave their website and other links in the description box below for you to check out. And while we're at it, they also sent out their hybrid ND and polarized filters, but more on that later. In mobile filming, this lens attaches to the back of the camera to achieve a wider field of view, just like how movies look so wide and spacious. The anamorphic lens attaches to the phone, in this case my iPhone 13 Pro Max, by using this Pro case from Sandmarc as well. The case has a custom camera cutout with threads for the main cam and the telephoto cam. There's no threading for the ultrawide simply because it already has a wide field of view. But if you have the case, you just need to screw in the lens and then line up these lines accordingly for the perfect horizontal view. However, you can opt to not get the case since the lens comes with a clip that lets you attach it to almost any phone. The downside is the ease of installation since you would need to manually align the lens. Here's the kicker though. Sandmarc sent me a case with seemingly a factory defect because the camera mount of the case isn't aligned properly. On top of that, I'm not sure if this is how the lens should be positioned when threaded in. Yes, the lens can be rotated, but I think due to the factory defect of the case or the lens, there's no use following the line guide since it affected the look of my clips. I'm not sure if this is normal because even when threaded in, the lens still moves quite a bit and this can affect the alignment of the videos. Also, there's a substantial blur on the left side of the screen to the point where there's nothing else in focus. That's why most of my shots were used using the handy clip-on accessory. That said, using the clip-on, I have no problems with alignment whatsoever. The anamorphic lens did its job pretty well. As you can see from my clips, I do love the look of the wider and flatter field of view. However, to be able to properly use the lens to your advantage, you need to download a separate camera app because the built-in camera app of the iPhone lacks support for this lens. In this case, I went with Blackmagic Cam since it's free and offers a wide variety of customization. To properly display what the lens is seeing, you need to set the D-squeeze to 1.33x. This fixes the distorted video and outputs a 2.4:1 aspect ratio for a wider field of view. With that said, you're ready to shoot to your heart's content. By using this lens, there are a couple of things I've noticed. First is the focus speed. The autofocus speed takes a hit with this lens. It is slower when you're trying to quickly focus from one subject to another, but it's nowhere near unusable. Second is, well, it's also about the focus, but I noticed this when capturing close-up subjects. The lens can't focus on close-up subjects. Actually, even a substantial distance, you will notice on the smallest details of the screen that the subject is not in focus. I'm not sure whether it's the fact that they're putting layers of glass on top of another layer of glass that causes the videos to be out of focus. But regardless, when you're capturing people or buildings or landscapes, the focus of the camera seems to be working just fine. I've seen other YouTube videos using the same lens, but I didn't see them having these problems, so I guess this is an isolated case, which is unfortunate to see here. But if you're interested in buying this anamorphic lens, you can check the price from Sandmarc's website. They also sent out their hybrid ND polarized filter. They do come in a pouch and a clip-on, and there are 3 filters included that provide 4, 5, and 6 stops of light reduction. Although they seem to work well for their purpose, I am confused that the filter doesn't match the thread size of the anamorphic lens because the site indicated that it does. But if you want to use the hybrid filter with the phone case, Sandmarc sells a step-up ring for that. By using the clip-on accessory, the filters covered all 3 lenses of the iPhone 13 Pro Max. However, I was getting a halo effect on both the main and ultra-wide camera in my photos. Not sure if that's part of the experience, I think not, but again, that's also unfortunate to see that here. Either way, that's it for the Sandmarc Anamorphic lens and the filters. I guess I'm just disappointed with the units they sent me with these problems that I've encountered. Although I think they still make good products for mobile filmmakers, there are countless Sandmarc products out there used by YouTubers. I think I just got the short end of the straw. That's about it for this one. Drop a sub or like if you feel like supporting the channel, and as always, until the next one, stay safe.